Let me tell you something real quick. If your routine is always exciting, always new, always fun, you're probably not getting results. The bodies you admire, the confidence you want, is built on boring. That's right, boring. Boring routines, boring discipline, boring consistency. And that's the part nobody wants to hear. Everybody wants to look good, everybody wants to feel strong, but nobody wants to repeat the same meals, the same workouts, the same habits, even though that's the real secret sauce. Results don't come from doing something once. Results come from doing something until it becomes automatic. You don't need a new program every week. You need the same moves done better. You need the same habits done consistently. You need to get good at the basics that change becomes unavoidable. This is what I like to call the simplicity, the complexity of simplicity. Whenever I have clients and they ask me a question, I give them a simple answer. They're looking at me like, "That's it." I'm like, "Yeah, that is it." And I think that's what's wrong in the fitness industry, or just in life in general. But this is a fitness channel. We want to overcomplicate things because I guess we're conditioned to for us to achieve a certain goal. We expect a crazy amount of difficulty. Yes, they're going to be and the difficulty is not us obtaining it, because of course there's going to be some challenges because you have to make some sacrifice and work, but the method or the way to get it sometimes is crazy. Like, even, well, I don't want to use financial because I'm not there yet, but a lot of things in life, if you look at nature, it's simple, but it's not easy. There's a saying, that's a saying you always hear. I go in the gym, I watch people, I observe them, and I'm like, what are you doing? They're doing all type of crazy new moves. I'm like, just master the basics. Just master the 6 planes of motion, and you'll get your body with progressive overload. And it's simple as that. Today, everything is commercialization to make it seem like more than what it really is, so they can get your money. Try this new diet. Try this new workout. I'm like, nah, dude. Just stick to the basics and master that. Because you know what it is too. No one wants to deal with the mundane, the boring, the repetition, and that's really the secret sauce. You know, what being boring does, it builds a rhythm, and you hear me talk about it in previous videos where I talk about like the law of rhythmicity. I think that's one of the hermetic principles as well. But and I also mentioned reference to Napoleon Hill book, Our Wit and the Devil. He talks about hypnotic rhythm. So people, when you start applying these principles with discipline, and you building a rhythm with your workouts, that's when you start to see the change, right? And that's what rhythm builds, is discipline, and discipline builds your body. So this is why being simple really works. So we have to stop overthinking things, you know what I mean? And we have to stop negotiating with ourselves as well. It's always like, I see someone get a program and they're trying to change the program after a week and a half. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Oh no, this week it's not working. I'm like, how do you know? You only did it for a week. That's why most programs are 12 to 16 weeks, because that's how you track your progress. Don't take my word for it, you know? So, and I think too, people don't know what to do. This is why I always say, get a trainer or a coach to really help you and give you those guidelines. And you can really release yourself from that burden, from having the excuses. Oh, I don't know what to do. And sometimes it hurts me too when my clients say that as well. And they be like, "Oh, Tristan, I don't know what to do." I'm like, "How long you been amongst me? You haven't seen the Father?" No, it's a joke. That's a Bible reference. But I'm like, "How long you been with me, and I haven't given you the tools to learn how to perform and know how to do a split, or how to work certain exercises?" You know, so that means I got some more work to do as well. But that's another thing too. But the real flex is not motivation. The real flex is not quitting when the routine feels repetitive. Right. So how people say your favorite athletes do the same drills every day. That's not an accident. Mastery doesn't come from doing the most. It comes from doing the right things over and over and over. With squats, water, your protein, your sleep, the walks, the weights, repeat. I know it's unsexy, but absolutely it works. It's effective, and that's what we should be trying to shoot for. And as I'm going over my notes, that's what made Kobe Bryant so popular. RIP to the Black Mamba. It's because he mastered the basics, and we have to start thinking too. Less is more. But I'm gonna touch back on mastering the basics. He would only work on like 2 moves for the summer. It'll be his weaknesses, and then you can see off of those basic moves, you can build upon those. That's why, like when you do your squats, you can have many variations of a squat. I did a video talk about the 4 different deadlifts. But once you understand the principle that's a hinging motion, it's unlimited what you could do. Then you could do B stand, then you can put your leg up on the bench. But you all starts from mastering the basic first, and then you could build upon them. Think about it with mathematics. You learn first you learn addition, then subtraction, and then it goes to multiplication, then division. Those 4 principles of mathematics, that's what you apply to. Then you go to trigonometry, algebra, geometry, but it stems off of those 4 mathematic principles with addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? It's the same thing in life. So everything comes from the basic, and you build upon those, and it's unlimited. All right. And then also too, what boring does, it helps your mindset, because now you're not chasing motivation, you're chasing mastery. And that's what this is all about, especially for this year, for 2026 with Alchemy Fitness. We're about alignment and mastery. We tapping into that God frequency and really showing out. And and one way to do that is start by becoming more aligned with your body and building your body. All right, because that's your vehicle that you move around in, and we shouldn't take that for granted. All right, and having a strong body equates to a strong mind as well, because also through these phases and through these trials and tribulations of you trying to obtain your fitness goals, you're building your character too. This is why I don't really agree with people going overseas and getting surgery, because I think they miss a key component what strength training or working out gives them, that it provides, that you can't buy anywhere else. You can't buy that. You can't buy building your character. You can't buy building resistance. Because during your journey, I always tell people this all the time, that you're going to find more about yourself through this journey as well. So it's not once you accomplish the goal, it's who you are from when you start until you accomplish your goal. It's the steps in between that really forges you, you know? So you have to stop looking for a spark, start building a system, right? Stop trying to feel excited and start trying to feel consistent. If your routine feels boring sometimes, it's because you're not deep enough into it. And I think that's what the problem is too, in relationships too as well. But since, like I said, fitness, because everything's connected. We tend to get bored because we're feeling disconnected, because we're not appreciating what we're doing in the moment. This is where the mind muscle connection and fitness comes into play, and it's very important. When you actually retract and squeezing with your back, doing all, you know what I mean? When you're pushing with your chest, when you squat, and you're actually flexing your muscle throughout the motion, throughout the movement, and it doesn't take a lot of time too in the gym either. That's another misconception. You have to be there for hours a day. Not at all. You can, the other day, my brother and I, we worked out, we did our back like in 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. And we did like 6 exercises. And we wasn't moving no pussy weight either. Like, we live heavy in an efficient, strategic manner in how we train. And he hit me up. He was like, your back not hurt? I was like, I was going to ask you the same thing. And that's not a way that you can tell that you got a efficient workout, because you feel sore. So don't always think you have to feel sore to have a efficient workout. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that, but get real connected in your routines. And that's how you develop mastery. You become more aligned. Because I also talked about the spiritual aspect of working out, So I'm going to challenge you guys, right? To embrace boring, fall in love with the repetition, become obsessed with showing up when it's not fun. Because the day when you stop needing excitement is the day you start getting results, right? And so if you're ready to build a body you're proud of, just drop locked in the comments, and hit that subscribe button and like, comment, and share as well. Also, I do online training and nutrition coaching as well. So hit the link in the description and we reach out to you, get you a call, and see if we can work together to get you into the body that you want. All right. So Alchemy Fitness signing off, where we transfer you from left to gold, train hard, train smart, and train safe. Peace.